Life throws us daily challenges. Living with depression or anxiety can strip us of our joy. At SpirClip, our goal is to provide helpful insight to make your life's journey easier. Welcome to SpirClip, a journey to a better you. Investigating more about you and I speaking, and knowing what you do, the word and theme of angels came to me, and the reason is I know a lot of women who are empaths who do as well feel naturally to them that they sense angels around them, that they sense spirits who are telling them certain things or protecting them or guiding them, and they really feel like it's incredibly real. So can you speak a little bit on angels themselves? What your interpretation of them is, and why maybe women especially who are really sensitive women, empaths, have a much easier time, let's say, for lack of a better expression, communicating with angels?
Yeah. So their sensitivity is where it's at. So because they are so sensitive, they're very connected in to the angelic realm. So that's why they would be able to get those messages through quite easily. So for me, like, I have the belief that we all have a guardian angel, and that guardian angel is with us all of the time. So from when we leave heaven to when we finish here at earth, they're with us for that whole time. And that is someone that I connect on with every day, is with my guardian angel. She's keeping me safe. She's giving me guidance, giving me support that I need throughout that day. But then you've also got, like, your archangels. So I think for sensitive women, empaths in particular, starting to connect in with those higher beings is very, very supportive of the work that we're doing here. So, for example, Archangel Gabriel is actually my guardian angel as well. But Archangel Gabriel is all about nurturing, which the fact that I'm the nurturer makes complete sense that she is my guardian angel. So she's one that for empaths to connect in with because of her nurturing spirit, and that she can really help us in the support that we're giving to people here on earth. We obviously need to be feeling supported as well. So I find that, really helps. And there's another archangel, Archangel Metatron, which also helps with sensitivity. So another great archangel to be connecting in with to help us with dealing with our sensitivity while we're here on earth.
And let's say women, especially who are more deeply, like, on the degree of being an empath, like, how, and I think this is a very challenging point, is how can they discern properly between, let's say, good information, messaging from angels, archangels, versus, let's say, more like bad spirits, basically, right?
Sure.
Because the misleading spirits, right? Because that can lead to, because for some reason, when I think empaths, sometimes I think vulnerability, right? Because if you don't understand the power in which an empath is, it can be your greatest enemy at the same time. So in your work with women that way, do you help them and guide them in that way as well?
Yeah. And what I guide them is their body will tell them. So if you come into contact with an energy that's not necessarily bad, but if it's a negative energy, then your body's going to tell you. It's going to be screaming at you. So really connecting in, and that's a thing too with holistic counselling, is we really want to get out of the brain, because a lot of people that have got anxiety, depression, things like that, they live very much in their mind, in their brain. We're really wanting them to drop down into their body. And their body is so wise, it will tell them if something's not right. And it's also getting them to trust in that as well. So, going back to your question about how these women have been able to connect with angels, they actually need to be trusting in themselves first. So, if we've got sensitive women out there, empaths that are like, well, I don't connect with angels, I don't hear anything. Does that mean that I'm not sensitive? Does that mean that I'm not an empath? No, it doesn't. It just means that the life that you've been through, you haven't been able to trust in yourself.
So it has a lot to do with trust in a way, right?
It does, because if you can't trust in yourself, then you can't trust in the messages that are coming through. Because you'll just think that you're imagining it, especially if you're like me and I'm what you call claircognizant. So all of the information is just downloaded into my mind. So it comes through as thoughts. So it's a very hard one to go, is that me or is that guidance? Like, it took me a long time.
Nicole, can you please explain what that is, the claircognizance, what exactly it is, and especially what, for you, because you are like that, how does that feel? How does that make you feel? I guess I've heard other people like that. It just, for me, it sounds overwhelming, but can you explain it in your own way, like how that is?
Yeah. So it's just like, they're just dropping the thoughts straight into my mind. And in the beginning, I was like, you're going to have to do something different here, because I just feel that they're my thoughts. I feel like I'm making things up, that this isn't true, that this isn't real. And I'm like, you're going to have to do it a little bit differently for me, because I didn't trust in myself back then. And it was a matter of then using different words. So words that I would not use in my day-to-day conversations. And then I'm like, okay, that's them, that's not me. And so slowly, I was able to trust what was coming through. And now I don't even question it, especially, if I'm pulling guidance through for myself or I'm pulling guidance through for my clients. I never question what it is that I'm getting and the thoughts that are coming through my mind. I'm like, okay, that's them. I just need to share that. It's like, I guess, it dropping down in through your crown chakra and coming out through your throat chakra. I'm just going to open my mouth and let it come out, not filter it at all, because it's not mine to filter. It's coming through me. And the thing too, when information is coming through you like that, you're not necessarily going to remember it later.
So because it's just so instantaneous, right?
Yeah, and in session all of the time, I am channeling. Even if I'm not doing it on purpose, if I'm working with a client, things just start coming through and they'll be like, oh yeah, that really resonates with me. What was that you said again? And I'll be like, I don't know. What was it that I just said? Because it didn't come from me, it came through me. So that's kind of the difference and how it feels for me.